Okay. Hello. I should be live now. What is going on, everyone? On a Sunday night. How's it going? Do I sound good? Okay. How's it going, everyone? Thank you for your patience, as I had to obviously move the stream to tonight. So yeah. How's it going? I feel very sick. Really? Yeah. What's going on, Pokefan? Sharon, Nungji, Thomas. Excited for the fourth arc? I am. I think Boy Coco will evolve in episode 67. We'll see. What if it happens next episode? Makes sense to end the arc with an evolution. Yep. Very nice music. Yeah, I like it. I'll introduce it here in a second. Usually I do my intro, so probably should do that really quickly, so I will do that. So how's it going, everyone? My name is Mitchell Mander, and welcome to Pokemon Horizons episode 65 live discussion. We'll be talking about this episode, giving my thoughts, and then I'll let the chat also give their thoughts, and we'll assign a rating to the episode. So that's pretty much what we do here if you're someone that's new. If you're just viewing this like by chance, you come across this video when it's a video after the stream ends. That's what we do here. The music here in the background comes from a separate stream, Video Game Study Lounge. I have a link in the description for it. You should check it out sometime. Basically, lo-fi remixes of video game music, along with some originals there. I listen to it when I'm studying, need something while I'm working out, or at work, just to get through the workday. It helps. So check it out sometime. So yeah. Also, if you're new, you should totally like the video and subscribe and all that good stuff. Helps the channel. And also join the chat sometime. We'd like to have you. Just make sure that you're, not causing issues. No drama in the chat. Just everyone get along and it's all have a good time here. That's what we're here for. So yeah. Excuse me. I got a bit to say about this episode and the upcoming season. Okay. Gotcha. So he will be in the middle stage when the fourth arc starts, maybe. I think Floragato will evolve at the end of episode 4, or arc 4. Yeah. Maybe. I think Amethio will join the Rising Bolt Tacklers. Well, I feel like that might be something that happens down the road. I don't think it's going to be like immediate. I think Amethio is going to be going away to kind of figure out what he's going to do next. Also, if you're new, usually I give it a couple minutes here at the beginning. Let some people join. Obviously, we got 9 people here currently. What's up, y'all? Then I give it about, like I said, 5 minutes, and then I start giving my summary, which my summary portion will be coming up here in a moment. So, hopefully I can keep up with the chat today. Are you excited for Fuecoco's evolution? Yes, I am. Are you excited? No, you're good. Honestly, where to begin with this episode? For starters, Liko and Amethio bonding was wholesome. He honestly was a really good kid. Kind of disappointed Dot and Roy were still struggling. Yeah, that was probably one thing that slightly bothered me. I get that they're admins, but most of it was off screen too, so yeah. What's up, Keyless Dragon Ball? Quaxwell should be doing better. Agreed. Wonder if Zerk and Konia will quit the Explorers to follow Amethio. I get the feeling that they will. That actually makes for some interesting developments for the characters. That actually could, if I'm being completely honest, guys, like, I kind of, like, lost interest in those two. But, like, hey, if Amethio is going to go out and do his own thing, and they're going to join him, that actually makes them more interesting. Because then you got another set of characters doing their own thing. So, that gives us some potential. Maybe this next arc will focus on them a little bit more. That'd be cool. As for Amethio being fired, man, it makes... excuse me. Something in my throat. It makes me hate Spinel all the more, which means he's on my top animated villains list. Look, okay, I'm just gonna say this right now, like, if a villain actually makes you angry at their actions, like a villain in any media, then the writers are doing a good job with that villain. Wow, 14 people, what's up? 13 people. Jeez Louise. Well, if you're just joining, you should totally hit that like button. 16? Okay, this is an all-time record now. What's up? Oh my gosh. I've never had this many people in a stream. At least a Horizon stream. I've had 22 before, but yeah. That was a totally separate stream. Okay. Do you think Liko might battle Carmen in the 4th arc? There's a good chance it might happen. They did Amethio so dirty. Hot take here, but I kind of don't even care if we have either see 2 of those again. Yeah, I just feel like if they're going to introduce those characters in the series, they might as well do something with them, you know? It'd be like, well, why did they even, like, show up in the series to begin with? Yeah. Ironically, Pokefan, whenever I cough, I actually feel better. At least with this cough. I don't think Amethio and Carmen are going to get along. Maybe in the beginning. I feel like Carmen's personality is probably going to be overwhelming for Liko and probably Dot. And maybe she gets annoyed with Roy or something like that. That'd be funny. The cave is so weird, it has grass somehow, even though there's no sunlight. Also, the roof is perfectly flat. Makes it seem like a Minecraft cave. I've never been able to see most of... Not available? Not sure what you meant by that, Sharon. Everyone's saying Tinky Dink could evolve in episode 66, but I don't think that it's going to happen. I'm going to give it 20% chance. Alright, drink. There we go. Better. I don't know yet if it's going to happen. We'll see. I've not been able to do most of these streams because the time was when I was not available. Oh, gotcha. That's what you meant. You're fine. You're fine. I think we'll see Kieran in the 4th arc. Possibly. They might be hiding him, but then again, we thought Arvin was going to show up here, and, well, he didn't. You can see where it was Kieran. That's the route that they could take with that. That'd be cool. And boy, Kieran deserves respect. Yeah, I think you know how I feel about Kieran, so I'll just be quiet on that. Crocodile versus Diplin. I'm shocked that the Amethio got fired from the Explorers. Me too. Tinky Dink needs more focus before she evolves. Agreed. Amethio probably will not be about to do everything all on his own with Zerk and Konya. Dang it, dude. Why am I coughing? Like, I didn't cough all day and now I'm coughing. Streams are allergic, yo. Alright, I'm gonna read you guys chat for just a little bit, then I need to actually start with my summary because I'm delaying it quite a bit here. Knowing how the second mons get treated, Dutch will get more development. Needs 3-person at least. Person team. They clickbaited us with the boss stuff, making us think that Arven would be there. Yeah. That's how I feel at this point. I didn't even think it showed up at all this arc, which is like, why? Watch, it's going to show up in the final episode. Be like, well, there it is, guys. See, it showed up. It was there the whole time. You notice Kilowattrel is not on the 4th arc poster? Yeah. Doesn't mean it's not going to do anything. I feel they've been coughing a lot. It's not even like, I'm not even like really sick either. It's just, I've had this lingering cough for a little bit. But ironically, I feel better after I cough. Like every time you've heard me cough here, I just feel better. Anyways, that's the perfect segue here. So, I'm going to go ahead and actually now talk about the summary for this episode. I delayed it quite a bit. But we're going to go ahead and do it right now, and then I'll catch back up on the chat. Okay, so, anyways, for episode 65, it starts off where the previous episode ended off with Liko and Amethio stuck in the cave, and then Roy and Dot are facing off against Sango and Onyx, who are basically there just to stall them. They're just stalling them as long as possible. And they pretty much did their job in this episode. So, for Amethio and Liko, Amethio immediately convinces Terapagos that he's not hostile towards it. And it immediately understands and just calms down, which I thought was kind of interesting. At first, they're kind of not, obviously they're doing their own thing to just kind of survive in there, but it's getting colder and colder, and obviously, eventually the oxygen is going to wear down. But find out later that there's a little bit of, there's some way for air to get into that cave, so I guess they were fine all along. So, anyways, the main point in the episode is Liko and Amethio actually talking it out. They actually work together to get the fire started, because there's some grass in there that Florgato picks up, and then Cerulege actually lights up the grass. So they got a fire going, so they're at least warm. So they end up talking it out. It's actually interesting because they never really got to talk with one another. So, and Liko is like, oh, I've just known you as the guy from the Explorers that's going after Terapagos. And he's just like, I just know you're the girl with Terapagos. Which I thought was funny, and they didn't really, understand one another. They didn't even try to understand one another. But in this moment, they're actually able to talk it out, which I find interesting. I do like that. I did predict accurately that Liko would press Amethio a little bit on the Explorers, but he pretty much said that, oh, it's just for his grandfather, Gibeon. I like how he just, spilled the beans on that casually, being like, yeah, it's my grandfather. He's the leader of the Explorers. It's for his purpose. And I like the fact that Liko here, she's starting to think that, hey, it's kind of interesting that we, we essentially have the same goal in mind. And we both want, we're trying to get Terapagos to Rakua, which is interesting that she tells Amethio that Terapagos wants to go there, because he didn't know that. He's like, oh, it really wants to go there? Really? Excuse me. Coughing again. Dying. Drink. Okay. Now that I'm not dying. So they talk it out for a little while. And I just like how they just hear each other out. But Amethio eventually catches on to the fact that there's it's a bit windy in there, so a little bit of air is getting in, so they work together to actually make their way out. And they're able to successfully do that. And the interesting thing about it is Amethio actually warns Liko. She didn't even have to do that. He's just like, you need to watch out for Spino and his trap. So he's gonna definitely try something again in the future. And not only that, the Eternal Blessing. That's also something that you need to look out for. But when Liko kind of tries to reach out to him and be like, hey, we should actually work together. We got the same goal. And he shuts her down and just like, well, we might have a similar goal, but our paths are different. So I have to follow my own path. So they end up going their separate ways. But secretly, Spino was actually recording the whole thing with his Pokemon. Meanwhile, you have Dot and Roy, who are not doing so well against Songo and Onyx, they are not doing very well. And it was not going their way, and Songo was about to blow them up. Literally was about to have Glalie use self-destruct again. Again, dude. But she was about to do it point blank, so they were about to get messed up. But before she could actually do that, Grusha shows up and saves the day. And Agate basically tells them to step down, and you know their mission has been essentially fulfilled, but it's unwise to go up against a gym leader, which makes sense. Grusha is pretty strong. So they end up backing down. And eventually they end up catching Liko and finding her. And also Freed's there too. He actually didn't have to do anything. It seems like the whole situation resolved itself without... Well, he got Grusha involved, but like he himself didn't actually like jump in there and try to find Liko or save the day. I kind of thought that was an interesting moment in the episode as well. But anyways, Liko even thinks to herself that even though she failed the terrestrial course, there might be another path for her. Which, by the way, she brought that up to Amethio, because Amethio actually noticed that she hesitated in the battle against him. And it's because she couldn't use her Terra Orb. Otherwise, she would have used it against him. So I thought that was kind of interesting. She actually opened up to him about that. So another thing to kind of point out there. But Liko says that there's multiple paths ahead of her, and there might be another one for her. So the episode ends with Liko, Roy, and Dot going to the top of the mountain, which is what they wanted to do in the first place. So they end up doing that before they head to the academy. Meanwhile, Amethio has been ordered to come back to the Explorers' headquarters or whatever. And Spinel over here does one of the most devious things I've seen in the Pokemon anime. It was already one thing for him to trap him and Liko in the cave and potentially just off them, since they'd be trapped and no one could find them. But then he actually recorded Amethio's exchange with Liko when they got outside of the cave. And essentially framed it as Amethio working with Liko, the enemy. The interesting thing about this exchange is that Hamber, Songo, and Onyx were actually kind of skeptical about the whole thing, and actually found it kind of weird. And they wanted to actually hear out Amethio, which I thought was pretty interesting. However, Gibeon shuts it down and basically calls Amethio a failure. And essentially has fired him. Doesn't want him to be involved with the Explorers anymore. An interesting thing is he brings up the fact that, so you were led astray as well. Implying that maybe Amethio's father, didn't follow his father's footsteps, his own father's footsteps. Or did something that essentially got him kicked out of the Explorers too. So Amethio was fired. And that's the end of the episode. And before I actually go into my final thoughts, give me a second to get a drink. There we go, better. Okay. Before I go any further, is this Spiral Mountain? It is! Awesome. Okay. Before I die some more, I just want to say this was a very good episode in my opinion. Really good character development for a lot of the characters. I like how honestly, Amethio got some more character development in this episode. There's a little bit more layers to his characters. I like the fact that Liko identifies that, the rest of the Explorers don't seem like good people, but Amethio is different. He actually saved her life. And even though, he denies it, obviously, he's not, quite as bad of a person as he thinks himself to be. He's trying to fulfill his grandpa's role, ambitions. Whatever those may be. So, Amethio is actually not as bad as, bad of a person as he might think of himself. So, that's interesting. I just like that these two characters got to like actually talk with one another. And in a way, like I like how Amethio is actually like being like, hey, you know, when you hesitated back there, you know, like is this like a roadblock? Or are you just gonna give up? But Liko, you know, says she's not gonna give up. And at the end of the episode, she's gonna find a different path. So I thought that was really good. I think all the drama with the explorers is really cool. I'm really interested to see what Amethio is gonna do from here. Like that's all really cool. That's some really cool character development and like a different path for the character than I was expecting. Like this is really interesting, and obviously Spinel is plotting something, and honestly, what he's gonna do is probably pretty bad. I don't know what else. I don't know exactly what he's plotting, but I have an idea that he might want to unleash Requiem onto the world somehow, which would cause like all Pokemon to just go crazy, which would basically turn the world into like a chaotic like battlefield. So that's kind of my thought, is what he might be trying to do. I am curious to see what Gibeon's master plan is, though. Obviously, it's probably not something that's not good, so I'm guessing Amethio probably doesn't know what that is, so probably doesn't realize that what Gibeon's trying to do is probably not good for the world, so yeah. So yeah, I think that this was a very solid episode. I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. I think the one issue I do with the episode is that Roy and Dot essentially were just jobbing. Oh, another thing, I did like that Heteram actually like was somewhat useful in the episode, but yeah. I just think that Roy and Dot should have done a little bit better in their respective battles. I know that these are admin and they should be strong, but like, come on. Could do at least a little bit better. Alright, time to get caught back up on the chat, so bear with me, I will get caught back up, just gotta give me a minute. Feeling sick too, Super Plush Productions, gotcha. Hope you feel better. When you think we'll see stellar types, that might be something that's safe for the end. My classmate's brother got me sick. Oh man, sorry to hear that. I'm glad Liko didn't leave Heteram behind on accident or anything, even though she was used to move some rocks. It's better than nothing. Yeah, at least she moved them rocks. Who was the one person that rated this episode less than 5 out of 10? This episode was a masterpiece. I don't know. Whoever rated this episode low, if you want to come out and say why, go right ahead. Just make sure you're being respectful to everyone. Heteram at least did something. Yep. Quillwattra has been getting more screen time. Slowly, but, you know, probably could use some better. It's going to get some screen time in the next episode, which that's cool. Quaxwell and Fuecoco should at least did a little better. Agreed. Sango hearing out Amethio isn't something that I expected. Yeah, that was actually kind of interesting. By the way, Mitch, you're probably not gonna like this little fun fact, but did you know Sango's actually just the direct Japanese word for coral, so her name is Coral in both languages. Oh, really? That's interesting. I'm still gonna call her Sango, though. I'm the coughing Pokemon. I feel like I'm in a good spot right now. Tristan, hey, what's going on? Did you know what would be amazing? Imagine Amethio sneaks up on Liko secretly and gifts her a Charcadet for her to have train and evolve into Armor Rouge to help him beat Spinel. That would be interesting. I don't expect something like that to happen, but that would be something. It would definitely be unexpected. It's just that I feel like it's gonna be a while before like Amethio warms up to like maybe working together with Liko. Like it's not gonna happen like in like episode 68 or something like that, where he's just like, "Hey guys, I don't have anywhere to live, so can I just live on the ship? I'll pay rent." They can't use the Charcadet. Hate Spinel so much. I like Spinel. He's a good, he might be a devious villain, but like that's what makes him a good villain. If you hate the guy, they're doing a good job of him at being a villain. Just saying. I know what was said has to happen. TNT Dynamite. The battle with Songo and Onyx, Dot, and Roy were trying to escape and find Liko. I think they should have targeted Glalie first or Terrasilize, but didn't know the other Pokemon recovered. I don't think they can Terrasilize. I think they can't do that until they pass the course at the very end. Tiana Jones, what's up? I'm very happy that Liko brought up episode 45. Yeah, me too. That was good. Why did Spinel frame Amethio? Honestly, I kind of want to know more about that, because I feel like there's some history between the two. They should really shed some light on that. So I'd really like that. If they, did like some backstory as to why Spinel is like the way he is, and why he hates Amethio so much. How do you think they will handle Crocodile in the anime? I know people are not a fan of its evolution. I don't know. He might. I think was it PokeFan or was it someone else that brought up in a stream or two ago that it might have an issue singing, and that might actually cause it to go through a depression arc. That actually could be something that's interesting. Could be some neat development for when it evolves. Man, I'll get caught up eventually. I hate to say this, but I would hate to have Amethio temporarily join the kids and Raisable Tacklers in Season 4, only to steal Trapagos and the hero Pokemon, and then bring him to Gibeon and still treat Amethio like garbage. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't think he's just going to team up with them right off the bat. He's got to figure his own stuff out first, and then I guess he'll decide what he's going to do. Because Spinel basically ruined everything for him. I give it a 7 out of 10. Fun fact to make Spinel more hateable. His name means thorn or prickle. Yeah, he's a thorn in Amethio's side. Are you fine with Waikoko evolving? Yes. After this arc, for Arc 5 might be Recruium stuff. Yeah, I think once we have all the heroes, we're gonna be probably moving into like whatever is coming up, towards the end. We'll at least have 6 arcs in the series, I think. Huh. I like Sandwich. I like Sandwich too. I don't blame you, Songo is better. Yeah, it just sounds better. Hey, Emilio, what's going on? Welcome in. How are you doing? I think they should do an arc where they do the Herba Mystica stuff and the Treasure of the Ruin stuff. I guess my question to that would be like, how would they fit that in with like the overall narrative that Horizons is going with? Like they could have fit it somewhere in here possibly, but I don't know. I feel like they'd have to condense it down. What is the best evolution so far in Pokemon Horizons? In my opinion, no, not that one. I mean, I could argue that Sprigatito's evolution is probably the best one so far. Even though Kilowattrel hasn't all its screen time, its evolution episode was pretty nice. I'm surprised no one caught Charcadet yet. By the way, I just want to give everyone a heads up about something. Okay. This would be the second Pokemon series where all 3 starters evolved at least once under the main cast. Yep. To the voice of Amethio saying Grandpa Gideon. Oh no. Super Plush Productions. Grandpa Gideon, please don't fire me. I'll do my best. Spinel framed me. I'll get that pendant. That's now Terrapagos. So, Crocular is said in the decks to not be great at singing, and his voice is defined as less than beautiful and destructive, so it's a Crocular Depression Upset arc. Yep. I just brought it up. J-Dog McFly. This series is doing so much different from the other Pokemon animes. I haven't joined your streams in a while, but I am looking forward to a lot of stuff. All 3 stars are evolving. Yes. Thank you so much for joining again. I have a lot of people here, dude. This is actually, it's actually kind of crazy how these streams have grown so much. I'm actually struggling to keep up with the chat. I'm trying my best, guys. I'll get caught up eventually. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing that everyone's here. I love it. If I'm struggling to keep up with the chat, that means doing a good job with these streams. I try my best. Anyways, I probably should get caught up on chat. Sharon says maybe we get an episode where Crocular sings badly and it just upset him and Roy bond with each other. Yeah, maybe it runs away or whatever, and Roy has to find it or whatever and reassure that they'll work together to work on his voice or something like that and get it to a beautiful singing voice. And maybe they slowly work on that, and that's what kind of starts to lean towards its next evolution stage. That'd be good. Kind of like how Quaxley was starting to show signs of evolution as early as I think episode 50 when I was facing off against Iono, episode 50-51, somewhere around that time. I know it's been a while, but I've been happy to see how Quaxwell has been so far. Evolving this anime makes him look bad. Gotcha. Yeah, I think I wish it would have done a little bit better in this episode, but yeah, I like Quaxwell so far. I know people don't like their Quaxley's evolution lines, but the anime could make it different and make it more likable. Crocular having a singing issue ain't all bad though. Now that Roy knows what singing truly means to him, he can help his partner with its current potential situation, and that growth leads to a satisfying Skilly-Dirge evolution. Yes! Exactly! That 100%. I'm looking forward to Crocular. He's my favorite in the Beldian middle evolution. I'm so hyped to see him. Nice. Why did you say, oh no, Super Plush Productions? Sorry, I don't remember. I'm sorry, dude. I'm kind of a little bit on the overwhelmed side. Trying to catch up with chat and stuff. So if I misspoke, I apologize. Help that made me spit out my water. Maybe how Crocular evolves is where he truly grows through his depression or upset depression arc. Probably. Maybe Roy's strong bond with Crocular and his bad singing triggers his evolution. Yep. Do you think Liko is gonna pass or is she not? She has to pass, honestly. But as she mentioned in this episode, there's probably a different path for her. So it means there's probably a different path to her passing. More than likely something's going to happen in the next episode. It didn't happen in this episode, but there's a strong chance that something happens in this episode. We do see that the explorers are attacking the academy, so... And it looks like she's being driven into a corner, so... Maybe she terastallizes and... Maybe someone witnesses this and she manages to, you know, either pass or get to use it somehow. Who knows? We'll see. After this, will Liko be able to chastise whenever she wants? More than likely. You finally caught up. Yeah, I know, man. I started the summary a little bit later than I normally do just because a lot of people were here right at the beginning. I was a little surprised. I will say this upcoming weekend I won't be doing the stream at the normal time just because I have an obligation this Saturday as well. I'm going to try to do it Saturday night. If not, it's going to be Sunday, like around 12 or something, my time. So just a heads up to y'all. I want to try to get these more consistent, but people keep asking me to do stuff on the weekend, so... Excuse me. And hopefully I'm not dying. Okay. Now that I'm not on my deathbed, how do you think Florgato would evolve? It's hard to say, Sharon. I know that we've had Florgato for a little bit now, but like, I feel like it might be safe for like late Arc 4, possibly Arc 5 at the latest. Just how it's gonna evolve. Could be against one of the explorers, or could be against one of the explorers. Could be against a hero Pokemon. Who knows? Honestly, can't wait to see the magic tricks. Same. The episode where Mascara performs in a magic show. I'll be back in a second, y'all. Give me 1 minute, and I'll be back. Okay. I'm no longer dying, guys. Did you guys hear that? Oh, man. I'm alive, guys. I'm not dying. I feel better now. Okay. Anyways, let me get caught back up. I'd like to share this Meowscarter joke I found on Discord, but it has a swear in it, so I'm just gonna leave it that be. LOL. You're good. What happens if Liko does not pass? Then how is she gonna go up against Leroy? Would be my follow-up to that. Clavel and Gita have to the final say of whether Liko passes or not. I still want Liko Grushin rematch. I would love it too, but I'd kind of given up on it. Do you think Quaquaval, Meowscarada, and Skillydirge would be walking Pokemon for every episode? I'd probably assume so. My cough does not sound good. No, I'm good. We watched Avatar: The Last Airbender a long time ago. Honestly, I doubt that, sadly. Once a Pokemon fully evolves, they usually tucked in their ball unless it's a battler. Or eat. But yeah, I'm okay, guys. I just had to get that out of my system. My one and only complaint that goes past creative decision is that I really don't like how shafted their or secondary Pokemon are so far, even after evolution. Yeah, I don't really like that so far. I don't know, man. I just think that the hyper focus on the starters is kind of just become an issue in the series. I have a video that I plan on putting out this week, but I was going to put it out this last week until we got Arc 4 news. Bro is going to hell and back for these streams. I really am. Hold on. There we go. I'm disappointed that Gita didn't do anything this arc. She's a champion. Yeah. It just feels like she exists. Maybe at the end of this arc we'll get something from her. Like I said, I feel like Briar or her or something is going to point us in the next direction, which might lead us to Kitakami. My bet is Terapagos will be Liko's main shoulder walking Pokemon. As for Roy and Dot, depends on what they get next. Do you think Liko is going to beat the Explorer next episode? The preview makes it look like she's driven into a corner, so I feel like she might pull out a win. She kind of needs one at this point, if you agree with me. She really needs a W, so we'll see what happens. They should have caught at least 4 Pokemon each. I mean, I wish their secondary Pokemon would actually, do more. Heterum is the one that's had, like, decent focus, but ever since it evolved, it's kind of just disappeared, so now it's part of the problem. I feel like... Oh, Rodenburgers, what's up? I feel like during the next arc they're going to be fighting one of Lucius's Pokemon, and then they realize they can't rely on just their starters. So they start to train their secondary Pokemon. That'd be cool. It's wishful thinking, but yeah. Hopefully they start to do more with their secondary Pokemon. They really need it. I love the starters, don't get me wrong. Main starter focus after what Journeys did is great, but they really need to balance it with the other Pokemon. Tikatink's gonna evolve without doing much. Yeah, see, I like the starters too. I think people should know how much I like Fuecoco, for example. It's had great focus. Like, the thing about it is, it's like, dude, like, Roy, you do great with your initial Pokemon, which is cool, but you also have Kilowattrel. You know, now it's fully evolved, so, like, use it more. Do something with it more. Like, have more presence. I get that the starters are their first Pokemon, but come on now. It's Gita. We really don't need to see anything. I get it. I'd just like to see kind of just her display her power in battle or something like that. It'd be cool. Like, especially with the explorers attacking the academy, it'd be cool if she just shows up and just shuts them right down. Like, that'd be awesome. Like, obviously we want to see, like, Nimona or Penny, you know, involved too, but, like, Gita showing up and just wiping the floor with, like, one or two of them would be awesome. It would just show her strength as, like, the champion. As a person who hasn't touched grass in months, I confirm that the grass should not have burnt for as long as it actually did. Unless they kept gathering more, that'd be like the only thing that I could say probably allowed it to burn for as long as it did. They probably had a bunch of it stashed up. Kind of like when you're at like a fire or something, you gotta throw more fire to keep it going. It only got slightly singed when it should have been only burnt for like 10 seconds. Gotcha. Their Pokemon balance is just not well handled, because Heteran is also pretty big as... Oh, your Heteran is also pretty big, as tall as a person. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Am I looking at this correctly? Do I have 20 people here? Bro, what's up? What's up, everyone? I've never had this many people here for one of these discussions. Oh my gosh. This is actually crazy. You could, if you're someone that's new here, you should hit that like button for sure. Subscribing too if you haven't already. It helps. Oh my gosh. Sorry if I'm gushing over here, but this is a lot of people. You missed my coughing fit earlier. I feel better now, though. I guess if you rewatch the stream, you'll catch that moment where I almost died for, like, 10 seconds. Oh, man. I think it's already been confirmed that Liko will win against Onyx and that she'll get past for saving the school. Probably. I want Liko, Roy, and Dot to at least catch 3 Pokemon. Me, too. I'm excited to go back to the main story. Yep. I mean, technically, we are in the main story, but we kind of, you know, did this arc was just like a training arc that was really necessary for the characters. How much usage do you think Tinkatuff will get in arc 4? At least enough. Not as much as Quaxwell. That's just the way it is. For being the first mon to fully evolve, it's really not getting the honor of having that title. Kilowattrel. Tinkatink was only in one battle for Arc 3. Yep. And that's why Dot needs to train that Pokemon more, and not just her starter Pokemon. Kilowattrel, despite being fully evolved, still performs weakly in battle. Its moveset really needs to be improved. Yes, agreed. Agreed. Why can't Liko challenge Grusha again? I'm really confused. Like, Grusha said, you can't rematch me. I'm like, why? Because Grusha's just... he just said so. That's, I guess, his, like, decision. Give it roofs so it can actually stay alive or protect. Yeah, agreed. I would like an episode on each of the secondary Pokemon learning new moves, or at least. Or Freed really reminds them that they have a second Pokemon. No. Are you going to do a breakdown for the Arc 4 trailer reveal? Probably not. Technically my video that I covered last week was kind of a loose reaction to that news. I'm not normally someone that does like breakdowns of like the trailers. I think Trayman does that. Trayman or Crasher tend to do those type of videos. The fact that Sandwich almost goes boom and then there's literally no reason to reinstate my thesis that this girl is not sane. Yeah, she's a little gremlin. She has a short fuse. Light that short fuse and she'll blow up everything. She just doesn't care. My other thing is, as a region-focused guy, I feel a little sour with how much they rush through Paldea. There isn't a sense of in-between, but I get that it's a creative decision for the chapter. I see your point. I think the issue that the Pokemon animes always had is that they take their time in in the original series, prior to, like, you know, journeys. Like, each region, we were there for, like, what, 3 seasons at least? For most of them? So you got, like, plenty of time there. Filler and all. Whereas here, they kind of had to, get from A to B, like, really fast. So that's why it kind of felt like it went a little fast. Which I don't mind. Cuts out a lot of the filler. Or quote-unquote filler. Since it is kind of a controversial thing to say that Pokemon has filler episodes. But you know what I mean. It cuts down to it and it focuses on, the gym battles and some other stuff like the Pokemon evolving and, Did Liko terastallize at the perfect timing in the Grusha battle? Technically she did, but she didn't really accomplish much, I guess, during that time. And Grusha just kind of just beat her down, and Grusha has his own ways of doing things, so he's not as lenient as other gym leaders. It's usually the anime's job to flesh out a region and the manga to make a very mature story, but now the anime is just getting a little bit of that manga juice. Agreed. I expect to see Crocodile and Tinkatuff be shown in the trailer as well as the new characters and the other hero Pokemon. Honestly, Honestly, here's the fun episode idea. The starters get ambushed by an Oddish or something with toxic and they become poison, so the kids have to find medicine and actually use their secondary mons. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like, Kilowattrel, Heteram, and Tinka, maybe Tinkatuff by this point, have to work together to save the day. And they have... Yeah, that'd actually be a fun idea. It'd be kind of like that one episode in Sun and Moon where Ash and Pikachu went back to the past. And... Or was it Ash and Pikachu? Or is it just Ash that went to the past? I can't remember. But, like, regardless, Ash's other Pokemon that didn't go to the past with him, they had an episode where it's like, oh, this is what they were up to during this time. It could be kind of similar to that. Ash and Torracat, you're right. Thank you, Pokemon. I can always count on you to have my back on this stuff. Yeah, Terrapagos can lead the charge. When do you think we'll get a Stellar type Pokemon? Dang it, dude. Stupid hair in the throat. Went to speak and then it went right to the back. I promise I'm not dying, guys. I'll answer your question when my throat is, like, being cooperative. But I think I answered earlier in the stream. I said I think Stellar type is probably going to be saved for probably the end of the series. I just want one region series again. I miss that. I do too. Like, I think with Horizons, like, I think that they've done a better job than the prior series, but, like, yeah, Paldea is a pretty big region, and, there's a lot that you can do with it, and we're, unfortunately, because of the series structure, we're probably not going to get that. By the way, I believe it's been confirmed by the anipoke Twitter account that we are going to Kitakami next, so yay, no BBA or for Cleavor. They mentioned that, and they mentioned like we're gonna see characters from Kitakami. Technically, Briar is like... Is Briar from Kitakami? I think she's like... Or is it BBA? I can't remember. But we know Carmen's from there, for example. Perrin's from Sinnoh, though. That one person will lose it. Yeah, well, I guess it's on them then. Have them just go crazy. How is Dot the only one who terrestrialized at the perfect timing? And Dot is smart. Is Dot smarter than Liko and Roy? Technically she should be, considering she does the Nidothing stuff. By the way, I miss Nidothing. I want Nidothing to come back as soon as we get Arc 4, please and thanks. But she kind of is like the programmer there. She's like the nerd of the group, so like I feel like she'd probably at least be more battle savvy. But this is the Pokemon anime. She's just very shy. I love the Sun and Moon anime. Watched it an unhealthy amount of times. I've seen it twice. Well, actually no, once with sub and then partway through the dub. Mitchell Mander Zombies Uprising rated M. Rated M for mature. I think either Gita or Grusha will overturn the decision, probably. I wonder how Tinkatink's gonna evolve. Me too. I'm very curious. Feels like it's gonna happen pretty early into Arc 4. That's what I feel. For the Generation 10 anime, I want them to just do one region again. Yeah, I'd like that. Like I said, I don't mind what Horizon is doing, but like if you got a new region, you might want to flesh it out. That's essentially what the anime does. What are your thoughts on Journeys? Do you do a video or make a video on Journeys? I've got plenty of videos, bro. I reviewed every single episode of the series, except for those episodes towards the end of Journeys where it was just like, oh, this is flashback episode or whatever. I was gonna do like a final thoughts on it, but I kind of gave up. I kind of abandoned that video idea just because I was burnt out from the series at the end. I expect to see an episode where they focus on Ogerpon and learn about its past with a Disloyal 3. They could do that. It doesn't seem like this arc is going to be focused on that, though. Or they're going to take a different route with it, since the anime and the games, tell somewhat different stories from one another. Could still make an appearance. Well, we already went back to Paldea twice, and episode 18's flashback took place in Paldea. That is true. Like I said, I think that this series has done a better job than the prior series when it comes to the current region. That's for sure, even though like Galar got like more focused in some of the other regions in the series that shall not be named. But yeah. I mean, also I would like the DLC like areas to be showcased, because we really didn't get that in the series that shall not be named. So Kitakami showing up is actually a good thing. And BB Academy sometime down the road would be cool too. Just don't know how they're going to implement them into the story. At least the BBA's Academy's inclusion into the Horizon storyline. Don't know how that's going to come about yet. It's hard to say. Horizon is doing traveling better already, or by simply not hyper-focusing on Kanto. Gotta be honest, I think Journeys, or the series that shall not be named is the sole reason for my dislike of Kanto. I already had my issues with Kanto before that, because I always felt like this, like Pokemon in general, especially like the last 10 years of Pokemon, Kanto has gotten like a lot of extra shine. It's almost like every time there's like something introduced in the games, it's like, hey guys, do you remember Kanto? You know, the first region ever in Pokemon with the original 151 Pokemon? Well, hey, here's some more Kanto for you. Did you like it? Do you remember it? You know what I mean? It's like, we get it. It's the original region, and there's a lot of nostalgia behind it, but like, you got new regions to explore, so you should, you know, give them love too. Don't let them get forgotten. I want an episode with the Petulant, with the Mochi Mochi dance. Oh god. Not the Mochi Mochi dance. I like Dot's new uniform. Do you like Dot's new uniform? It's pretty cool. Hope Nidothing properly introduces her fans to Quaxwell. Hope to god they don't skip over that. That's legit a mascot change for her channel. That is true. I would like to see that. We haven't seen Nidothing since I think the Iono episode. Again, I miss Nidothing. I want to see it again when we go back on the Bravasagi. Dot needs to catch Ogerpon, if you ask me. The other two have their respective legends, so she needs one. You know what, Pokefan? I agree with you. That actually works for me. Does that mean that Kieran's bone to pick is going to be with Dot? Depending on how the story is going to go. Who knows? I want Nidothing to return with Quaxwell and Tinkatuff. Yeah. Are they focusing more on Paldea than Journeys? Do you mean Galar? I mean, overall, no, but we got a decent arc in Galar. Well, at least the first half of it. I think the second half that kind of started to lag on a bit, which is why I'm like, I'm glad we're going back to Paldea. We've been in Paldea all year so far, so we've had a good amount of time in Paldea. So now that we're leaving, probably for a little while, you know, it'll be nice when we go back eventually. But yeah. Wouldn't be shocked if she lost a few subs or whatnot because she was absent. Yeah, that'd be funny if they had a focus episode where it's just like, you know, Nidothing gets back to streaming, but she's lost subscribers. She hasn't streamed it a little bit, guys. Everybody's wondering where Nidothing went, and they thought that she had, you know, given up on PokeTube or whatever they call it, or PokeTwitch. So she has to find a way to bring back her audience. That actually is a good idea for an episode, Pokefan. I'd be down for that. What do you feel about Ghost Scorbunny evolving in episode 17? I think I gave my thoughts when I made my episode review, but and I got a lot of flack for this, but I feel like Scorbunny evolved a little bit too soon. I feel like it should have been a Scorbunny for like another at least 20 episodes, personally. Then evolve into Reboot, and then have Reboot for a little while, and then evolve it into Cinderace. That's my opinion. But the reason they obviously evolved it so soon is they wanted to get its focus like out of the way, then move on to Sobble, get its focus out of the way, and then get Grookey. Which I don't think they handled it correctly. Doing it in phases I don't think was the right decision. Go, Scorbunny evolved way too quickly. Yep. Sharon just said it. Where is Kitakami? I don't know where exactly it is on the Poke World or whatever, but I assume it's near like Kanto or Sinnoh. The Galarian starters got the worst treatment. Agreed. This episode's gonna make me want to play the DLCs because I haven't played them yet. I have mixed thoughts on how the DLCs were handled personally. I'm not saying, like, don't play them. It's just that for me, I wasn't a big fan. There were some things that were cool about it, but yeah. I think out of the DLC, all the DLCs we've gotten, ironically, I think Crown Tundra is the best one. And I'm not a fan of Sword and Shield, so... That's probably the one part of Sword and Shield, in my honest opinion, I think that was actually good. Kitakami has a popular theory that Blood Moon Ursaluna quest with Perrin gets swapped out with her looking for Cleavor as a coincidence. I could see that. Want to see Lacey, Crispin, Drayton, Armorous make an appearance. They could. They can reference Clay and Drayden. I like the dot focus episodes. Me too. Who do you think will win in episode 67? I want Roy to actually win against Liko because Liko seems to have kind of just always won against Roy. Except for that one time I think Liko was losing. I get the feeling that they're going to give Liko the W. I'll disagree with the Galar thing. Paldea has kind of gotten way more lore, characters, locations, and more time. I'll never forgive Journeys for how little Galar got. Well, I mean, we had... Excuse me. That was about to be a cough, but I stopped myself. We had about 15 episodes in Galar, which was nice, but like... And I do like the fact that we got a gym leader that didn't appear in the prior series. That's cool. It's just that, like, we had, like, an alright amount of time in Galar here. Whereas in the prior series, you know, we had, like, bits and pieces here and there, and then we had, like, the whole Masters 8 tournament in Galar, so... I'm just saying we had a decent focus in the prior series. We could have had more, though. I don't know if we're going back to Galar. I don't know if we're going back there. The only reason we'd go back to Galar is to pick up Liko's grandma for something. Maybe she'll help in the end. Who knows? But yeah. How do you feel about Dot's uniform when she travels? You mean, like, as part of this arc? I think it's fine. I prefer her original, personally. But I do like uniform changes here and there. I do like that with the early Evolution, Reboot got pretty popular with the fan base. I like Reboot. Don't get me wrong, but like, I just felt like it evolved too soon. Like, we didn't have Score Bunny for like a long time, and then it evolved. But I do like Reboot, though. I jokingly say Reboot is my 9th favorite Pokemon on my top 10 list. Where Incineroar occupies the first 8 positions and the 10th position, where Reboot is number 9. Lol. We get an episode where we get introduced to Perrin and we learn about history and Pokemon. That'd be cool. Maybe about her ancestor, too. Grookey's capture will never sit right with me. It literally spent 24 hours with Go, realistically, and was already attached. He asked me Ash should have gotten it, or heck, make it Bond. Yeah, that was never really good, personally. I really think Grookey was greatly mishandled. It kind of feels like it was forced on the Go, honestly. With Jessie and have it been her Pokemon? Wouldn't be surprised if Liko and Roy draw. That is another possibility. Maybe they don't want them to win, either one to win. And they end up doing so well, they're like, you pass. You can use terrestrialization anywhere now. When Horizons handled Galar better. Nessa. Yeah, Nessa should have made an appearance, but, you know, at least we got Kabu. At least, At least we got that so far. She just bakes them cookies for the final battle. Maybe in episode 67, Roy's Fuecoco is struggling and then he evolves and Roy translates him and Liko translates Florgato and they both use their attacks, but Florgato's attacks ends up hitting him. I didn't like Journeys. Yeah, I have mixed thoughts in the series. When it was good, but yeah, when it was bad, it was just, to me, like some of the worst stuff in the entire anime. Also, a lot of writing decisions kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way with Journeys. It's unfortunate. What are you gonna do, though? Rockler goes down and Liko wins. Yeah, Grookly barely did anything, yeah. I know. Could have been so much better. I actually preferred how Galar looked in Journeys. The more vibrant surroundings and always cloudy skies gave Galar more character compared to the other regions in the series. I mean, we went to Galar and Horizons, which was cool. We didn't see Dynamax or anything there, which I thought was kind of an interesting choice. It's whatever. It's not the main focus here anyways, so... It's just funny we never saw that. You'd feel like you'd like be walking around and then Liko and Roy like, oh look, there's a Pokemon Dynamaxing in the background over there. The evolutions for the starters in the Pokemon Horizons did it perfectly. I see. We also did not get Amethio. There's a few we didn't get. We only got like half the gym leaders in Galar, which is like weird. It's definitely a choice. We didn't get that one dude and his mom. Honestly, when you think about Go, didn't have the right to stop them from stealing Grookey because it was theirs to begin with. That is true. The whole thing was just mishandled. The Leon versus Alon battle was a joke. Yeah. And Leon versus... Yeah, both of the Leon battles before Ash were just not good. Leon just sweeps Diantha's team with just Rillaboom. Yeah, that actually still rubs me the wrong way. I was just like, man. Why does the stream usually devolve into talking about the series that shall not be named? I don't even do that. I don't even bring it up. It just happens. I think it's because, like, Galar was, you know, represented a little bit in Horizon, so kind of have to bring that up here and there. I remember back in the day when I predicted Amethio would reveal his Corviknight was secretly G-Max. Oh. Gordy and Melanie? Yeah. Those two, yeah, they're nowhere to be seen. Do they even exist? The only thing I will say about the series that shall not be named is that we never got the Leon and gang road trip arc. That was a good idea that was never implemented. That's openings for you. We never got the Go versus Ash battle. Yep, that was in the opening. Usually the openings showcase stuff that usually is just there for like flashiness. Some stuff might happen, some stuff usually doesn't happen. That's why people are like, oh, this could happen, and then it never happens. Yeah, because I remember that series that shall not be named opening with Ash versus Go. And people were like, oh my gosh, we're getting the battle between the two, and we never did. I kind of wish we got Ash versus each Master 8 member one by one instead of Eternity. That actually would have been cool. I still think he should have went up against Alon, though. That still makes me mad. Cinderace, Italian, Suicune, Regieleki, Scizor, and Abdul. Well thought. I predicted. I gotcha. Everyone's secondary mon is equally disrespected, including Amethio's Corviknight and Onix's Aerodactyl. Yeah, those two get the biggest short end of the stick. They're basically there to just ride. They're just take you places. Are they going to battle? Beats me. I recently learned that they actually had a scrapped plot of Go obtaining Mew's Z Crystal. Really? I don't recall hearing about that. That's actually news to me. I was going to say, if you have that information, you feel free to put it in the Discord. Because I'd like to read through that. Maybe the Rising Bolt tacklers will look for the rest of the Galarian birds as they meet the rest of the Galarian gym leaders along the way, and the kids learn about Dynamax phenomenon. Yeah, but like the thing about it is, like, the only reason I can see us going back to Galar at this point is for Liko's grandmother and nothing really else. Because now we're moving on to possibly going to Kitakami and probably Sinnoh. Probably the Blueberry Academy at some point, and maybe Johto for Entei. Unless Entei decides to just come to a different region for some reason. I just think the series is just going to focus on terrestrialization, since it is like the newest gimmick. I know in the prior series we had all three, and in Sun and Moon we had Mega Evolution for like 2 episodes. I think we had the one with Brock and Misty using Megas, and then I want to say someone on Team Rocket used a Mega. It's been a minute since I've watched Sun and Moon. I just remember 2 episodes there were Megas utilized, but that was it. The rest was Z moves. Also, Go never G-Max Cinderace. Yeah, why didn't he do that? A road trip through Galar Arc was greatly needed, but never happened. I would have liked that. I do like that Horizons confirmed that Terrestrial can be used anywhere since Free used it in Galar, which means that Dynamax and G-Max is the only gimmick stuck in the region that sucks for G-Max fans. Yeah. Go could have been handled better. Go could have had G-Max Inteleon, which we never saw its G-Max form in the anime. Yeah. I just heard it from somebody else in the Discord. I could try and ask for it, but I don't know if they have any other info. That's if you can't get it, it's okay, Pokefan. I might try to investigate on my own privately, but that is neat if that's true, because I could see that happening. What are your thoughts on all the gimmicks, and how would you rank them? I think Z moves are probably my least favorite. Actually, no. Dynamax and G-Max are probably my least favorite, followed by Z moves. Terror Orbs at least, adds the element of surprise, just because, like, your type can change with the terrestrialization, depending on what your Terror type is. So it can actually make the battle more interesting. Megas still are the best. I'm not the biggest fan of gimmicks personally. I honestly think that's kind of what has kind of turned me off from Pokemon since X and Y. I still like Pokemon, it's just I don't know. Pre gimmicks is kind of just like better for me personally. Ilima used Mega Kangaskhan. Okay, then that's 3 times. I think I vaguely remember that. Also, fun thing to consider, folks, because the kids in Freed are always around Terrapagos, it means that their Terra Orbs might permanently change 24/7. Heck, it might even go for Amethio now, too now. Probably. Used in League. What's up, Pocket Monster? Welcome in. Go needs he uses Dynamax ban once and never again. You're right. That's actually really bad. What was the point of even giving it to him? Welcome back. If we go to Johto, then we need to see Karen from the Elite Four to develop Liko. Karen's an interesting choice. Go with his Dino Max was the only one episode when the writers never used again. Yep. Mega Evolution and Terrestrialization Z moves can be in any region. I think Z moves are fine. Mega Evolution is fine. Terrestrialization seems to be on the go now. Z moves are the least favorite. Like, Z moves, like, I get why people don't like them. It's basically a one-shot attack, like, super attack. I think my favorite one was Ultra Necrozma's Light That Burns the Sky, just because it's literally a nuke. But yeah, Z moves are not really that great. They just look flashy. They do gimmicks because they want new stuff added. I understand it, it's just I'm not a big fan of it. It's just like every game now has to have a gimmick, a new gimmick now. Which is just something I just personally don't care for it. Hot take. I like new gimmicks each gen since I feel like it gives them more theming and unique vibes for each gen. I guess we'll have to just agree to disagree. Jealous to see Will. Do you think we're getting Zuko? Hi, Kelsey. Think we were getting Zuko vibes from Amethio? Zuko. I'm not sure who you're referring to. Zuko. I'm trying to think of who you're referring to. Sorry. Depending on who Zuko is, probably. Since he is a psychic type, maybe he can help with train Hedram's powers to be stronger. And then can do a new move from that. Maybe. Here's something that I would have improved in the Galar representation. They should have just made Cerise laboratories be set in Galar. And then have Go and Chloe be native to the region. Exactly. From the very beginning, I said, I think that this should have taken place in Galar. Just a certain place in Galar. It doesn't have to be, like, super crazy. But, like, we'd be in Galar every episode. And, you know, you get, like, decent Galar representation. Instead, it's in Kanto. Honestly, if everyone got their wish of only Megas existing, then we would have stale gimmick use, and some Pokemon wouldn't been able to receive evolutions recently. I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of, like, gimmicks as a whole, but to each their own, I suppose. I mean, they look flashy, and some of them look cool. Some of the Megas look cool. It's just not my thing personally. This has been the best arc so far. I'm kind of inclined to agree. I have some issues with how this arc, has, gone about. There's a couple of issues I have, but like when it comes to like a training arc and like the characters getting stronger, this has been a really good arc for the characters. How do you rank the arcs from best to worst and Horizons? Shining Terapagos is the worst arc, followed by Liko Roy Sets Off, and then this arc. I don't think people remember all the times that the anime where Z moves didn't instantly end the battle. Ash vs. How, Ash vs. Guzma, Ash vs. Gladion. That is true. Also, Kiawe versus Gladion. He tried a Z move on, what's his face? Savali. He changed its type in order to tank the Z move, which was cool. Zuko is from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I haven't really watched a ton of Avatar, so unfortunately, I wouldn't know. Maybe one day I'll watch it. It's just I just never got a chance to. I'm sorry, guys. I let you all down. The worst being the first arc and the best being the third arc, with the second arc being in the middle. So basically, the series just got better for you. No, I was saying I'm against Megas. Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry, my dude. The chat is... I can't keep up with the chat, man. It's just... I'm trying my best here. There's so much going on here. It's just... when I'm reading this stuff, I might not focus in on it, but... Yeah. I gotcha. Then we agree! I like Arc 3 better than Arc 2. Yep, me too. Really, I hear people say the second arc is the worst. I would rank the arc so far as 2, 3, 1. Interesting. I absolutely cannot stand them. People always put them on the pedestal, yet if we only had Megas, we wouldn't have gotten the future evolutions we did with Sword and Shield. Pokemon Legends Arceus and Scarlet Violet, yeah. I get your point now. I apologize. I remember Lana versus Guzma being a brutal battle. Oh, yeah. He kind of was just abusing that poor Pokemon at a certain point. I'm like, dude, just end the battle. Like, you're, like, actually, like... It could cause, like, some permanent damage here, you know? They have balance of filler. My rank is 1, 3, 2. Arc 1 is better than Arc 3. Please rewatch Early Horizons. It's so peaked, greatest 25 episodes in all Pokemon. I don't think I'm not saying it's like bad. I mean, I like it. It's just for me, I think this arc has been slightly better. Not by a lot. They're pretty closely knit. I just have a slight few issues with like certain aspects of this arc, which I will be talking about that at a later date. You know what I just remembered? While the gym leader focus is much better, it sucks that they skipped over the water and the psychic gym leaders. I know in game they're at least memorable, but still. Yeah, they appeared here, but like... I kind of agree. Like, it kind of just sucks that, like, they just showed up for the Elite Four battle thingy. And that's it. To my knowledge. I don't know. Maybe they'll come back again later. Who knows? I feel like there's some potential, especially with Kofu, just because, like, if Dot faced up against him... I guarantee you she'd be like, oh, this dude just reminds me of my uncle. I don't know. I can see it. You're good. You get a lot of people. I got a lot of people here. Yeah. 15 people here. We had 20 here for a second there, which is crazy, dude. And I was dying for part of it. I feel way better now, by the way. That was a good cough I had earlier. Got it all out of my system. Almost all of it. Take that drink. I think the 4th arc, though, will sure be better than the 2nd arc. It's definitely promising. Glisopod slashed Primarina's throat, yeah. Or just throat chop. So it literally throat chopped it. And it couldn't sing. Because now its throat is all sore. Tulip and Gopher are kind of just there for the quick little high moment. You know, as sad as it is, it's still better representation than the prior series. Because there's some gym leaders that just don't exist in the anime. Just saying, at least they have a presence. They may have been done dirty, but at least they exist. I'm only watching the dub, sue me. I see. Gotta get with some stuffs. They got what you need if you want to watch subbies. Kofu could have trained Quaxwell. Actually, you know what? That would have been a cool idea. I hate that since Kofu is very fun and his town is pretty unique. Tulip legit really would have needed it since no one remembers her. Yeah, I kind of forgot she existed in the games. I'm like, oh, I remember her. That's Jeff's wife. We need a weekly coughing with Mitchell Mander. I'd pay good money for that. Yeah, you know, we need to get to a point where every time I do a stream where I'm just like, excuse me, guys, I'll be right back, and you just hear me in the bathroom. And I come back, oh, guys, I feel so amazing now. Oh, what? You heard something there? Ah, that was just a figment of your imagination. You heard nothing. But in all seriousness, when I coughed back there, I actually felt 10 times better when I walked back out here. I'm like, wow, I actually feel good. But then I go back here and everyone's like, oh, is he dying? Is he okay? I'm like, oh, they actually heard me. Guess I'll just unplug my mic next time. That's a cardinal sin in the anipoke community. I used to watch dub too, I just got tired of it. Would have liked Raptor versus Kilowattrel battle. That would have been cool. Kilowattrel has the advantage there, though. But Larry is, you know, Larry, so. Honestly, I kind of always forgot Tulip is psychic because I keep thinking she's fairy. Actually, I think I've done that too as well. Funny you say that. Extremely shocked that Nessa never appeared once despite being one of the most popular characters from Sword and Shield with Marty and Bee. I agree. I still think that's really weird that they didn't allow her to appear. Hey, at least it shows that we care for you. Well, thank you! At least I didn't come back to like, oh, well, he's dead. Guess we gotta leave. But like I said, I just feel better. I feel like a slight itching in my throat right now. So if I start coughing, that might be why, but I always like it when I go to say something and there's like something right there and I'm just like, ugh. That's when I start really coughing. But yeah, I'm not like sick, it's just like I've had a lingering cough since I got sick this last month. I've just been trying to get over it. I mean, at least the gym leaders that did appear in Journeys were at least relevant to the plot and didn't just show up to be battled. I feel Horizons and Journeys are two sides of the same coin when it comes to how not to handle gym leaders. I think I see your point, but yeah. Mainly with some of the gym leaders that didn't get utilized here, yeah. I'm just saying, like, at least they exist here, whereas certain gym leaders in Galar just never showed up. So it's like, do they even exist in the show? Yeah. My main problem with the dub is that it cuts out so much of the amazing music in the sub. I agree. That's probably my biggest issue with the dub. Like, there's a lot of good music, and then the dub replaces it with, like... Yeah, like, okay music, but, like... The music that we got in the original version just, like, outclasses it. And... yeah. Most egregious example is the Rise and Volt Tacklers theme and the fantastic openings. Yeah, the openings are really butchered in the dub. The Journey Starts Today is okay. I'll give it that. I think the dub of Horizons is not being handled well. I haven't watched a ton of the dub myself. I'm literally only at like episode 8 or 9. I just haven't had time to watch anymore. I think the voice acting is fine. I like Liko's voice actress. She does a good job. And there's some notable English dub VAs there in the series, but yeah, it's just not my thing. I'll eventually catch up on the dub maybe one day. It's unfortunate because the Paldean Winds dub is so good and kept all the music. I like the dubs for you bring up a good point. I like the dubs for like the other stuff like Paldean Winds and then the Twilight Wings, the Galar Pokemon series. That was really good. Like when they do those stuff, it's like really good. Even though they're like really short. That's my only gripe with them. I'm like, this is so good. Why is this so short? I get it. They have a limited amount of episodes they work with, but when I have those limited amount of episodes, they make them really good looking. I'm personally against dubs. I just gotten used to watching Horizon sub, so I'll stick with it. Plus, some of the cries this go around are not sticking. Looking at Yellow Foy, Coco, Tinkatink, and Palafin. Palafins is just like weird. Japanese have better taste in music. Well, not necessarily, but like. I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, I don't know. I just feel like they just dumb it down a little bit, which is kind of unfortunate. Diamond and Pearl English openings. I do like the Diamond and Pearl English openings, though. If you think Netflix isn't handling it well, I agree, but the UK releases the dub earlier, so that makes you feel better. Yeah, that's the problem with Netflix. Netflix really does hold back the series. I watch Spy X Family both dub and sub whenever new episodes release, so yeah, it's just a matter of preference. Yeah, I usually watch the sub, but when me and Nick watched it, we watched the dub, and I thought the dub was pretty good for Spy X Family. Also, XY English opening is good. I don't know. The first one's alright. I don't know. I think like the XYZ opening in Japan in the Japanese version is just like, too iconic in my opinion. That's whenever I see Greninja show up, it just that theme just blows up in my head all the time. I cannot, unhear that theme with Greninja, if you know what I mean. The Japanese are the only people that actually show some level of respect to animation. My anime is so popular compared to Westerns. I mean, I think some Western stuff is good, though. I don't know if we should downplay, like, all Western, like, animation. But, like, I get what you're saying. There is a lot of work, but there's also a lot of overworking going on in, like, Japanese animation. That's the one problem I do have. People tend to joke on dubs of anime. Dub is fine. My only problem is the music, because my friend makes me watch the dub. I actually really like the Horizons dub. It's more mature and better writing, gets me through more of the new Pokemon voice. I just take that and combine it into the Japanese OST and it's a score. You know what? That's a good point. If we had the Japanese OST, I think I'd like watch every episode, huh? I don't know. That's my one big issue with the current dub is the music is just not as good, unfortunately. I think they will do a web series for Pokemon Legends Z8. Possibly they did one for Legends Arceus. So they could very well do one for Legends ZA. Which anime dubs have you seen? I could go on a long list. Full Alchemist, Pokemon earlier on, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, Full Metal Alchemist, both the original and Brotherhood, Bleach. There's a few others that I can't think of. I've seen a lot of shonen. There's some other stuff. There's some Sennin stuff I've watched in the dub. Too much to list here. I need to start watching Hunter x Hunter though, and maybe Farrand. Those are like next on my list. What's your favorite Pokemon music video opening ending? For me, it would be the Tyvich and Ikea Notebook of the Heart. I mean, I personally like the Sun and Moon, the original Sun and Moon opening. That's been really good for me. The original opening theme from the beginning, both the English version and the Japanese version. Meze Pokemon Master. That actually might be the best one, even if it is the original. And there's been some other ones that are pretty good too. I do like that one music video that had the Bump of Chicken one a couple of years ago. That was really good. Paldean wins is still amazing. The series is so beautiful, it makes me cry. And a core memory of episode 1's intro and my shock and amazement that we got to see Quaxwell. Gotcha. Pokemon Journeys really did not handle Greninja well. Agreed. Do you think Roy has been getting more focus recently, or no? Because that's a criticism I've been hearing. I think Roy's gotten some better focus lately, which I think is a good thing. He definitely needs it. There's definitely some good Western animation shows out there. They removed Ash Greninja like it never existed. That's one thing that was kind of bothered me, yeah. Sorry if I'm kind of speeding through this. I gotta really catch up, guys. They removed Ash Greninja and like it never existed. Okay, I read that. I think he's been getting better focus recently. Have you seen Pokemon Generations? Yes, I have. All episodes when they aired back in 2016. I remember thinking that was really cool when those came out. And I saw Pokemon Origins, by the way. It's okay, though. Roy and Poikoko have been getting excellent development. I agree. I'm kind of surprised this first season has so many episodes. I wonder if they will separate the story into 3 seasons or just keep it at 1. Oh, I see you're responding to J-Dog McFly. Sorry. You already hit the 1 hour mark? Actually, we're almost at 2 hours, actually. I kind of lost track of time. Time's been flying by, guys. I'm actually kind of surprised by how fast time's flying. I'm still surprised I have so many people here. Okay, I'm trying to get through all the questions really fast. I just have so many people here. The Bump of Chicken one is called Acacia, which I list as one of my favorites. Gotcha. Oh, Emerald's here. Hey, what's up, Emerald? Pokemon Origins was alright. 4th episode refreshing, though, with the Mega. It would be neat if Roy and Skilly did an episode where they sang a rock show performance. So it'd be Unlike the rap concert. Man, I guess Roy could rap in one episode and then become a rock star in the other one. It would be a choice, that's for sure. I'm kind of getting hungry and out of stuff to say, so I might dip and eat dinner. Oh, you're a good Poke fan. Oh, man. I technically ate already. I gotta run up and do some shopping here. Then pass out. Did someone say rap? Did someone say rock? Really? This song? Slowpoke. Remember those episodes? No, we don't talk about that emerald. Bury it. I think it would be cool if Roy and Tierno had an episode together where they battled both in rhythmic battle styles. Would be cool, but I doubt we're gonna get characters from other series. The series is kind of going out of its way to do its own thing, so. Roy plays on the guitar and Skeletor sings on the microphone. Roy playing guitar, interesting. There are many good Pokemon spin-offs and side series were so good. I remember the Chronicles, Origins, Generations, especially Pokemon Mr. Dungeon episode, and I wanted more episodes. I see. Other band Pokemon as well could be Toxtricity and Rillaboom. Okay. A Galar band, I see. One of Nurture Academy will play a part in the 4th arc, or if it's just for this arc. I kind of feel like it's just for this arc, unless there's something that ties us from this arc to next arc. Which, that's a possibility. We have 2 more episodes left, so maybe? Just don't know. You know which one's from your favorite series and get the series that everybody keeps bringing up to me. So then I have to address it every time. Imagine Heteran and Meowscarada are both in a magic show. The thing about it is I can see Liko getting very nervous for that, knowing her personality. Meowscarada did some wacky magical things in Paldean Winds. I haven't watched that in a while. Honestly, I liked how the Scarlet Violet School plot was different from the games. To be for real with you all. Would Liko be afraid of Heteran? Probably not. I guess to be fair, okay. I just like to be for real. I never expected Homeless Quaxley to evolve. Thought it was just gonna be Meow since it was popular, but they did the impossible and gave us the underrated Water Duck evolution. Still love that. Pokemon Horizons taking risks when it comes to evolving Pokemon, and they're more popular than its evolutions. It's a risk, but I am here for it. If we can get them to all fully evolve, that would actually be really neat. I feel like there's a lot of people here. I just realized we had 30 votes. Bro, I had 31 last time. I'm finally caught up, guys. I did it. We did it. Fuecoco broke the derpy comic relief base from its curse. You gotta get the meme where it's the guy with the chains and he's breaking the chains. Fuecoco evolved. I know, 30 votes. That's crazy. Ah, yes! Chrono Cross music. Also, we have a guest. Yeah, I'm alive. We'll talk later about what happened today. But you want to say hi to people?
Hi.
Matt says hi.
Hey.
Even though Horizons is doing its own thing, popularity drops. Why? They know who to bring back. I don't want them to do that, though, because it would be kind of a desperation move. Plus, I think his story is wrapped up, personally. I think a cameo would have to be done correctly, and I've already given my full-on thoughts about that, and I don't... Yeah, but those solo soaking episodes and journeys were entertaining seeing them. Well, I guess I agree to disagree. Everyone says hi to Matt. I don't agree. I just think it's time to move on. There's 25 years of his stories, in my opinion. Bringing them back and a cameo has to be done correctly. And if it's not done correctly, then that's not a good... Then I'd say they shouldn't have done it in the first place. I have my reasons for saying that. I've had enough. We don't need any more Emerald. No, earlier I was talking to some people, and honestly, I still stand by the decision that once Horizon ends, we need new protagonists because the story really is one and done. I agree. I just think that they should just do different characters leading each series and just do something unique each time. It'd be good. A bunch of people just said hi to you, by the way.
Hi. I'm actually gonna go get some ice cream at my wallet with the phone. Actually.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's weird, but I have a craving.
Alright, I'll let you do that. Gotta be real, I only see the main three having teams of at most 3 Pokemon, since like every character in the series had only 2 Pokemon, with Spino being the only one that with 3 so far. Yeah. I've already said this before, I just want their secondary Pokemon to get good treatment, and then we can move on to Pokemon number 3. I don't know if we're ever going to get a movie. Well, if we ever get a movie again, it's going to be down the road a bit. It's pretty clear that it's not working currently for the series, so... I only got 1 for the prior series that shall not be named. I feel like I trust the Horizons writing crew with a cameo of a previous character. They've already proven themselves they're good at writing. They're good at writing, I'm just saying, like... I mean, I think it's the same writers, it's just... If they're gonna bring back someone with a legacy status, then they need to do it right. Right? Huh. I'm just joking. Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
I would get something. We need to get water though.
Yeah, I noticed. I'll probably get something very well. That very clean.
Okay.
I'll just drink out of the faucet. I think.
Well, worst comes to worst, I'll just go to the store in a little bit. Let's see, I've had a very long day.
Yeah, I can imagine. I feel like I kind of wasted my day, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, I will tell you more about what happened today
Alright.
in a little bit once I'm free. Sounds good. Hope you get a good ice cream too. Okay. He'll be back in a little bit. Well, they did bring back a character. Nurse. Okay. Okay, Emerald. Think they might reveal the Pokemon Generation anime news next fall? I don't know. One of the people was talking about this kind of argument. Oh, well, we're gonna want her to be around for a while, basically wanting another Ash situation and all. Yeah. I don't want characters overstaying their welcome. I like Liko, but I don't want her to go on and on and on. I just want this series to tell her story, Rory's story, and Dot's story, and then move on to the next character. Pass the baton on. Let new characters take the mantle in their own way. Fairness. I would like to see Terapagos in more battles. They won't reveal Gen 10 anime until they've announced Gen 10 games. Durr. What if Gen 10 never happens and they decide, okay, we're just done with Pokemon. We don't know what else to put in the games. It's just Pidgey 1, Pidgey 2, Pidgey 3, Pidgey 4, Pidgey 5. If they made a self-contained Horizons movie based on one of the treasures of Ruin, it would be awesome since they could expand on them more. They could. A self-contained movie could work. I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. I think they would have these characters. I think they should have these characters age. Technically, they showed a little bit of age since Liko was said to have gotten taller when she came back to Paldea. Alright, Pokefan, have a good night. Hope you stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Like, imagine them as teenagers. I would find that to be pretty interesting. It's just, well, you know, they won't do it. Ever since like Gen 8, I've been potentially waiting Gen 10 because of the nice rhymed. Pokemon, Mario, Kirby, Zelda will go on for many years. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's just like if like Sega one day was like, you know what? We need to stop making Sonic games. We'll just make Alex the Kid the main mascot of Sega again. That pretty much goes for like any like company that has like a main mascot. Sheev, I've got to go to bye y'all already. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. It was a pleasure. People like these franchises and they make a lot of money, so why end them? If they're printing money, then yeah. I don't want to say the word, but there's a certain word that is the main reason driving a lot of certain series. Well, not certain, all series really. Okay, we've been going on, well, 2 hours. Alright, anything else you guys want to chit-chat about here? Some people in a server I am in argue that switching protagonists for each series would be bad since Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon does that, and apparently they suck now. I don't agree. I feel like Pokemon is different. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I see their point, but, Horizons is actually good, though. In fact, I'd even argue that it's better than certain past Pokemon series. It's certainly better than, the series that shall not be named, just saying. And it's not even, like, it's only halfway over, still. Does the word start with a G? No, it starts with a C, but yeah. I think you can probably guess what it is now, but... Other series like Beyblade, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Switch main characters, every series. It comes down to the writing, and Horizon's writing has been good for the most part, besides a few. Better than the series that shall not be named. Get it right! Hold on. Oh. Let me know in Discord, sure. Oh, hello, we got a new person here. Oh. Welcome to the Discord. It's an anipoke emerald. Do you think we will see Liko's grandma again? I would say yes, for sure. Nice sound effects you made. Apparently I sounded like Tony the Tiger. That's a new one. First I'm Chris Pratt, then I'm Kermit the Frog, now I'm Tony the Tiger. Who else am I gonna be? Mickey Mouse? Goofy? Gosh. I did it. I would like to see Roy's parents reunite with their son at the end of the series. That would be, it would be cool if we actually ran into them at some point and Roy has to save them or something like that. Do you know how cool that would be? I think that'd be a good moment for him. That's what I'm saying. They have more creative freedom now. Imagine they make an anime where the protagonist is the villain, like Gale of Darkness, or a series where the protagonist is a jerk and he learns to be good. Could be like Silver in his redemption arc. Liko's grandmom is definitely going to swoop in last second and make Clutch save something or something. She just shows up with Arcanine out of nowhere. and just beats up the explorers because they've been mean to her granddaughter. Where's Roy's parents? I don't know. They'll maybe be like somewhere in like Alola or something. And then show back up in Kanto. It's also been foreshadowed in the beginning of the series that Roy is gonna come back to the island riding on the back of Rayquaza. And that's how he shows he finally beat Rayquaza. And shows that he's just gonna win the league. I would like to see Roy riding Rayquaza. That would be cool. Like that one scene in opening 2. Yeah. What happened to Dot's father? I don't know. Has he even been mentioned? I would like an episode when Roy reunites with his parents. It would be cool. Like I said, have an episode where Roy saves his parents from something. Don't know what exactly that would be, but like maybe they get caught up in something, Roy sees it, and whether it's on TV or something else from far away or something, I don't know. And then he swoops in and saves the day. Would be cool. Roy shows how far he has grown to his parents. See, that would be great. That would be a great moment for Roy. It would be cool. That's for sure. Maybe Horizons will actually do this. There's a good chance it might. Has Terrapagos had its gender revealed yet? Would be cool if they distribute it down the road for us to get Scarlet and Violet that has opposite gender that we can catch. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's unknown, even in the anime. It's just a turtle, though. A turtle that has special powers. By the way, Matt's back home with his ice creamy. Hello. So what'd you get?
Pumpkin pie blizzard.
Pumpkin pie blizzard. Emerald will be jealous.
Oh, cool.
Then again, I don't know if he likes pumpkin pie.
Right.
He says turtle power. Huh. Does Terrapagos have a known gender? Would you happen to know that, or just no?
I never got the DLC, so.
Well, that was thought, but I'm like, it's, usually those types don't have a known one, so typically.
Its gender is dog.
Its gender is dog?
Yeah, it's a dog.
I thought it was a turtle.
That's a dog.
Oh.
Sorry,
It's a dog, apparently, guys.
If you played Elden Ring, you get the joke.
Oh.
Alright, well, you have fun.
Yep. Well, just continue doing this for a little bit more. Maybe the other hero Pokemon has distributions as well. Terrapagos is 50% male, 50% female. It's both. Why would I be jealous of that? Yes, I do like pumpkin. Then you be jelly. I don't know. I don't make up the rules. You just are. In the games we can only get it as a male. Is that true? I mean, I didn't really use Terrapagos. I kind of was not a big fan of it in the games. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Oh, never mind. It can be a boy or girl. Professor Oak doesn't know. Interesting. But it's not specified in the anime. Okay, Bone, work on me. Its gender is unknown. Well, you sure didn't pay attention. Well, yeah, I didn't really care for it, so. I think Roy's Kilowattrel is a male. I thought it. I don't know if that was confirmed. Liko's a girl. One is a girl, and they give it to us, and maybe. I mean, I don't really pay attention to that stuff. I literally just play the games. Liko has 2 female Pokemon. Yeah, Spriggy's confirmed female. Dot has 1 male, 1 female. Roy has 1 male, 1 unconfirmed gender. You miss out on quite a lot of bit stuff. Well, okay. And your point is? Hello, thank you for the emotes. Kilowattrel is probably male. Maybe. No, I noticed that masculine looking starters are usually male in the anime. You aren't well informed. Well, get wrecked, son. Oh my goodness. I got something to watch after this stream. Yeah, get wrecked, Emerald. Feminine looking starters are usually female in the anime, at least under the main cast. Okay. Yeah, someone was hacking over here, Emerald. And that someone is you. Almost 9K views in like 2 days. That's actually insane. Bayleaf, Snivy, Delphox, Florgato. I'm in school right now and it's pretty hard, but when I grow up, I want to be a singer and a YouTuber, so that's basically my goal. Well, that's cool. We'll keep working on it. And you you will achieve your dreams. Just gotta keep working towards it, bud. Okay, guys, well, we've been streaming for over 2 hours now. Got anything else for me? Have you seen animation mistakes? Like in Horizons? Very rarely, but you can occasionally notice some here and there. I've seen some in prior series. I'm back. I've gotten bored. 2 hours. Yeah, normally we don't go on this long, but since we pretty much had more people than ever show up in this stream, I extended it a little bit. We'll go on just maybe till about 10:30 here. I'm gonna head to bed. It's been fun chatting with you guys. Well, thanks for showing up, Super Plush Productions. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Other series of Pokemon had more animation mistakes. Yeah. Definitely a different time, too. It's a little bit easier to catch certain mistakes, but yeah, they usually correct them. Usually. Candy Eevee. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Night Gen 4, 1 through 4s, yeah. Okay, guys. There's one where in DP where there's 2 Pikachu, one on Ash's shoulder and one on the floor. Yeah, I think I'd seen that one. It's not an Ash mistake where Ash had 6 fingers on one hand. Oh. Also, Piplu's beak was colored blue. Interesting. Okay. I'd say maybe 10 more minutes, guys. It seems like the stream's starting to kind of slow down, too. Also, how is Zubat able to lift Squirtle? anime logic. Speaking of Piplup, I hate that picture that goes around where it's laying down from the episode when it's feeling down. Oh. I like how they added Rayquaza to Horizons. Rayquaza is one of my favorite mons. And it's shiny too. It's also like level 1000. So it seems like it's just tanking hit after hit. Ash holding Cosmon, the heaviest Pokemon in the universe. Yeah, that is, I'm pretty sure the anime probably just made it, like, light or something like that. But yeah, I still don't understand why it's, like, so heavy. Unless there's, like, an in-lore reason for it being heavy or real-life, example or whatever. Or connection of why it's so heavy. Never really looked into that one. Knowing why use the picture when you're trying to speak about something negative. Better just make a post and not include the irrelevant picture. I think people are just using that to just tie it in. They could use another one too. I mean, a Pokemon like Eevee or Squirtito and their head is fine. I also remember an episode where Mudkip's mouth was colored blue. It's probably an in-between frame moment. Unless it's like that for a little while. Super Mario Brothers Super Show had like animation mistakes galore, like all over the place. Have you ever heard of Red Luigi? Dang, 33 votes. That's a record. I thought 31 from the previous stream was a lot, but oh my gosh, you guys smashed this. 16 likes, by the way. I didn't even have to say let's get to like 15 likes or whatever. You guys just hit that like button. Well, thank you. I think a better pick would be better, yeah. Like if there's one, the character's crying or a Pokemon crying would be better to convey it. With those cartoons, the animators were lazy. Oh, Deke, yeah. I don't think they had a lot of time to actually, like, work on that stuff either. And I think it might have even been outsourced. I don't even remember. I might be completely wrong, too, when I say that, but yeah. Imagine... wait. I'm thinking about being an animator when I grow up. Oh, that'd be cool. Go for it. That's what you want to do. It's not an easy field to get into, but yeah. Just keep going. Imagine a Kingdom Hearts cartoon and anime-like style. I mean, that would be cool. Miraculous Holder 365. What's up? 8 out of 10. They weren't lazy. I think too they just had a lot of constraints as well. I think they tried to like put those together in like a short amount of time. But who knows? This is like 1980s and 1990s stuff, so different era compared to now. There is a mistake where Amethio's glove is white instead of black. Oh. Really? Okay, guys, just a few more minutes, and then I think we're gonna wrap things up. Technology for animation now is easier than it was. Yes, that is true. As technology improves, things get better for people working on different shows. I think they should reveal Sango's second Pokemon, if she has a second one. They usually make corrections later when the shows come out in DVD Blu-rays, yeah. Okay, any last thoughts, guys? Whether it's about this episode or whatever you guys want to talk about. Just, what Pokemon are the best to cuddle with? I don't know. Maybe dog or cat like Pokemon? Quaxwell needs another focus episode. Maybe an Arc 4. Good, they are covering the DLC properly for SV, unlike how they did with Sword and Shield. Yeah, guess we'll see what happens. We got a Liko Roy Mini. Hold on. Mini arc, so how about Dot? I don't know. We'll see. So far it's just Carmen and Briar and Perrin. We'll see how they're like. Alright. 3 dot focus episodes in a row. Maybe. Alright, guys, I think we're gonna wrap things up here. It's been fun. 34 votes. Oh my gosh, guys. That's a lot of votes. These streams have really grown. This was a nice chat. Yeah, and then again, I'll say this again next weekend. I don't know exactly when I'm going to be able to do the stream. I just can't do it at the normal time again, as I'm going to be gone for a little bit on Saturday. Might try and do it later that night. If not, we'll be doing it on Sunday. Anywho, guys, yep, I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. We got 34 votes. And 9 out of 10 won. 77% votes. That's crazy. Alright, y'all. I gotta relax a little bit before I go to bed. I actually need to go get some water up at the store. And I'm okay, guys. My cough session earlier actually made me feel better, so I ain't dying. No, I did not do the Grand Festival. I was busy all day, bro. I was busy all weekend, bro. I skipped out on it. I'm pretty sure they announced the winner. It looks like past one. Yeah. And with that, Splatfests are over. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. So, alrighty. Again, I'll just say this, don't know what we're doing. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but we'll see about the rest of the week. And just remember, this stream, we won't have it at the normal time on Saturday. I'll let you guys know about that in time. Anyways, have a good day or night wherever you're at. If you're still here, thank you for joining. Have a good day or night wherever you're at. And I will see you all later. Bye.